Peace and blessings, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of Self-Care Made Simple. I am Anifowose, your self-care specialist. Today's topic, it's actually going to inspire you to think differently about your story, your life. And we're just going to call it Represent Your Story. Represent your story. Don't try and analyze that right now. Let your ego go to sleep by taking deep breaths. Ready? Let's take a deep breath. Deep breath together. All right, breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. And right now, open your heart, open your soul, open your mind to a new story as we take a deep breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Self-care made simple is a reminder of what is already inside of you. A reminder that you are powerful. A reminder that the true you is invincible. That the true you can never be harmed, can never be hurt. The true you is invincible. It is your capital S self. And self-care made simple is a reminder to take a moment to pause, to connect with that part of you that is willing, ready, and available to resource you, to inspire you, to guide you, to direct you, to create through and as you. And today's topic is really about telling a new story. But before you go telling that story, I want to share 3 tips with you that could help you in telling the story or your stories in a way that brings you back to that consciousness of oneness, that helps you tap into oneness. You know, a few days ago, I did a 3-part series on moving from dualistic thinking to consciousness of oneness. These 3 tips can help you live from that place. So the first tip is, as you tell this new story, know your story. Ask yourself, what is my story? So there's my story, there's their story, and the story. Your story, their story, your mom's, your father's, your parents' story, your ancestors' story, and their story, the real story that has been told through your lineage. So as you embark on a new way of being, to tell your story, to represent your story, ask yourself, what is your story? What is your parents' story? What stories do they bring together that is now expressing as you? What stories of your ancestors passed on through your parents onto you that you're living out, and you may even be judging yourself because of how the story is being expressed, and because you don't have the bigger picture, you think there's something wrong, as opposed to recognizing that you're being given a gift. And the story, the bigger story, life is a never-ending story, you know? So there's the bigger story that is being told through you, through your lineage. So the key is, if you want to represent, not just represent your story, you're always representing your story. How you live, how you think, how you interact, how you show up in your relationships, how you show up at work, what you like and don't like. But when you represent your story, that's coming from a conscious place, like, what is my story? I know who I am, and my story is my story. So know your story. What is your story? Take some time to sit and ask and listen. What are the stories that your parents passed on to you? And what stories was passed on to you through your parents, from your ancestors? Represent your story. You get to restory your life. When you restory your life, you restore the journey. And you are made new. Stories liberate us, and there are different stories, bite-sized stories in this book. Spiritual appetizers for the soul. My first book, pick it up on Amazon, amazon.com, amazon.co.uk, and for those who are waiting for it, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, Amazon. Wherever you are in the world. I love you, I bless you, I appreciate you, and I thank God for you. Peace and blessings.